Do you remember this? Yes, I did actually cover this a few weeks ago. Double Dragon 3. Luckily, the game in question is not the one I'm going to be reviewing today. Neither is the equally crap Guardians of the Hood. In fact, today's game is on the opposite end of the scale. In fact, I'd go on record to say it's possibly one of the greatest games ever made. Most of you wouldn't have played it though. I mean, it's on the Sega Saturn. Yeah, that's right folks, that abomination. You might as well have called it Legion, it was just so much hardware randomly slapped together. But I digress. It does actually have some very good games. And Guardian Heroes was one of them. Now I know what you're thinking. Holy crap, this game has anime sequences? Well, yeah, of course it does. Saturn games did at that time, you know? They didn't have the 3D powers to compete with the PlayStation, so instead they threw in lots of anime sequences, and this one happens to be very good. In fact, I could watch this one all day. But we've got a review to do. Right then, there are two main modes to Guardian Heroes. I'll cover story mode first, I think. Anyway, there are 5 main characters: Han, Randy, Genjiru, Serena and Nicole. I like being the ninja because he's awesome and he has the coolest magic in my opinion. Anyway, the story goes like this. You find a sword, some woman bursts into the room. She tells you not to use the sword, but you guys are like, what? Then, some guys burst into the room, the place catches on fire, you get the shit out of them, you jump out of the building, literally through the second fucking story, then you get into the street, you beat the shit out of more people, you go into this graveyard, then you fight this giant robot, then you go, oh my god, we can't kill it, we're gonna die, oh no, oh no! Then, all of a sudden, this guy comes in with the sword that he found, then he gets electrocuted, then this giant fucking golem comes out of nowhere, and then he completely pwns the robot, and that's the end of chapter 1. Now tell me that this game is not batshit crazy, because it is, and I love it for it. Anyway, unlike most next generation games, Guardian Heroes actually offers a surprising amount of choice. You can level up your character after every level. Also, there are multiple routes to go up through the game, and this isn't just, oh, be good, be evil, cough, Bioshock. This is actually real changing shit. There isn't just black or white goodness. Generally, whenever your character chooses, it's the right choice because you're the righteous heroes, goddammit. So, you can decide to side with the people from the sky, the people from the earth, or say, fuck you guys, we're just sorting out our own problems. And that's where this game really comes in. The narrative is fantastic. And without giving too much away, basically the storyline is one of the best I've played in any game. That includes RPGs in that statement. And that's saying something. Right, as you can no doubt probably tell by now, most of the conversations in this game are conveyed by text as opposed to voicing. The actual voice acting is actually very good in the game anyway. It's very sort of Street Fighter, SNK, Mortal Kombat style, so to speak. But, you know, it's all good. Ha, look at me, I've been blabbering on about the storyline too much and I've yet actually explained what's so good about this game. The actual gameplay itself. It's weird actually, you know, I just mentioned that, you know, the voices remind me of the old 16-bit fighting games. Well, this game does play like all the old 16-bit fighting games. Essentially, you've got the SNK-ness with the plane switching a la Fatal Fury. You do that by hitting the shoulder buttons. You've got the block button and the fast-paced combat of Mortal Kombat. And most of the moves are done via Street Fighter style controls. So, you know, this game essentially has taken all the best bits out of all the best fighting games and made them their own. one really good thing about this game is this game actually has a block button. Yeah, that's right. No more cheap deaths for you, because you can actually defend yourself. Yeah, okay, you do take damage if you know, block fireballs and shit, but, you know, you can always plane switch to get the way out of that anyway, so there's no excuses now, really. Although there is one problem with the plane switching, though, and I'll go into this now. In fact, it's a versus mode problem. Right, apart from some characters being obviously more overpowered than others, lol. The plane switching thing can be abused. I mean, people can just keep switching planes all the time. There are ways of dealing with it, like if you have one of the main heroes as your character, you can throw one of those homing fireballs at them. Also, you can kind of grief with flying characters by literally flying right close up to the screen so no one can actually see what the fuck they're doing. It's actually quite funny. That said and done though, this is definitely one of the best multiplayer games I've ever played. Just short review for you there. 6 players, absolute chaos, fucking fantastic. If you have a Sega Saturn and you have friends that come around regularly, you must buy this game. And if there's one game I want Treasure to re-release, fuck Silvergun, I want this out on Xbox Live. 6 player, it'll be fucking awesome. Right, so I know what you're thinking. Well, if this game's so fucking fantastic, why isn't there like a million sequels of it like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Well, 2 reasons really. A, this game wasn't really orthodox. I mean, this game was really out there. I mean, come on, I'm fighting the main villain and I'm only halfway through the game. B, this game was released on the Saturn. Right, the Saturn was a pig of a console to program for, and I know getting any kind of emulation going on any system, even though they've managed to get Death Tank Zowie on the Xbox apparently, but still, programming for the Saturn was incredibly difficult because it was just a ton of hardware just randomly slapped together at the last minute, knowing that the PlayStation would have 3D capabilities. In fact, games like Shining Force 3 used extra power from the sound chip to help process the 3D graphics, for fuck's sake. That said, Cannon, the main villain, he's actually one of the best main villains of any game ever. In fact, he's so convincing that it's actually okay to side with him. What? It is okay to side with the main villain? Yes, actually it is. He has a very logical reason for why he's doing what he's doing. He's not just like, ha ha ha, I want to take over the world. There's a real story in there. In fact, you're reminded of it every time you play, and that's the most annoying bit, really, for me, because it's like, for fuck's sake, I just want to fight. But other than that, this game is pretty much flawless. The combat is great, the story is great, everything is just great about this game, and that's the thing. The Saturn had a really good collection of 2D games. It had Dragon Force, it had Saturn Bomberman, it had Death Tank Zowie, it had the Street Fighters, the King of the Fighters, the Samurai Showdowns, the Dungeons and Dragons Battle Over Mysterious. The list goes on and on and on. And that's my point, because the Saturn cannot be emulated because of the hardware. So you actually need a Saturn. And, you know, the console is a great console. It's just, it wasn't really given that much of a chance by average Joe public because it got completely annihilated by the PlayStation. So do me a favour, next time you're in a car boot, or next time you're in your local game station, or next time you're on eBay, just type it in. Type in Sega Saturn. See if you can pick one up on the cheap. Granted, okay, Guardian Heroes is a bit expensive. It goes for 40 quid because it's considered to be one of the best games on the console. But that's not the point. The point is, you get what you pay for. I'm not saying you should pay 200 quid for fucking Radiant Silvergun, because that's just stupid, but there's a reason why this game's still worth £40. Because it's good. Good? What the fuck am I talking about? This game's phenomenal. This game's amazing. It's one of my favourite games ever made. Anyway, this has been Danny from Wave 6 and piao.co.uk. I guess I'll see you around. Bye!